Toyota hybrids have one of the strongest reputations in the automotive world. Reliable, efficient, long-lasting. But here's what the dealership won't tell you. Not every Toyota hybrid is created equal. Some of them are absolute legends that will outlast your mortgage. Others have specific problems baked right into the design that can cost you thousands in repairs you never saw coming. And number 3 on this list? Buyers consistently regret that purchase more than almost any other Toyota hybrid available right now. So whether you're shopping new off the lot or hunting for a used deal, this video will tell you exactly which Toyota hybrids to chase and which ones to walk away from. Let's get into it. Number 1. The Toyota Camry Hybrid. One of the best you can buy, new or used. If there is one Toyota hybrid that earns every bit of its reputation, it's the Camry Hybrid. This car has been running hybrid powertrains since 2007, and with each generation, Toyota refined the system until it became one of the most dependable setups in the mid-size sedan segment. Under the hood of the current generation, Camry Hybrid sits a 2.5-liter inline 4-cylinder engine paired with Toyota's 5th-generation hybrid system. That combination produces either 208 or 225 horsepower depending on the trim level, while returning up to 51 miles per gallon in the city and 53 on the highway in the front-wheel drive configuration. Those numbers are not estimates. Real-world owners consistently report fuel economy landing right in that range. But fuel economy is only part of the story. What makes the Camry Hybrid genuinely great to own long-term is the reliability of the hybrid battery pack itself. Toyota uses a nickel-metal hydride battery in most Camry Hybrid configurations, and these packs are known for lasting 200,000 miles or more when properly maintained. Toyota also covers the hybrid battery with an 8-year, 100,000-mile federal warranty on new vehicles, and in California, emission states that coverage extends even further. Used Camry hybrids from the 3rd generation, which ran from 2012 through 2017, represent some of the best value in the used hybrid market right now. These cars routinely hit 150,000 miles without major hybrid system issues. The 2.5-liter Atkinson cycle engine in these models is closely related to the bulletproof 2AR-FE engine that Toyota has used across dozens of models worldwide. The critical thing to check on a used Camry Hybrid is the health of the high-voltage nickel-metal hydride battery, which sits beneath the rear seat. A scan tool that can read hybrid battery state of health will tell you immediately whether those cells are balanced and holding charge correctly. The Camry Hybrid also benefits from Toyota's well-documented transmission-free design. The electronically controlled continuously variable transmission, which Toyota calls the ECVT, uses 2 electric motor generators and a planetary gear set instead of a traditional belt or chain. That means there are no clutch packs to wear, no torque converter to fail, and no transmission fluid that becomes abrasive over time. This powertrain simplicity is a core reason why Camry hybrids rack up high mileage without the expensive drivetrain repairs that plague other vehicles. For new buyers, the 2025 Camry Hybrid starts around $31,000, and the top-tier XSE trim lands near $40,000. Every single 2025 Camry in the United States is now a hybrid. Toyota dropped the non-hybrid version entirely, which tells you everything about how confident they are in this system. Number 2. The Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. The best hybrid SUV in its class, and it isn't close. The RAV4 Hybrid took everything that made the Camry Hybrid dependable and wrapped it in a body that most American families actually want to drive. Standard all-wheel drive, 2,500 pounds of towing capacity, 40 miles per gallon in the city, and the same Toyota hybrid reliability that has powered taxi fleets to 400,000 miles. This is the vehicle. The RAV4 Hybrid uses Toyota's electronic on-demand, all-wheel drive system, which pairs a front-mounted 2.5-liter four-cylinder Atkinson cycle engine and a front electric motor generator with a separate rear electric motor. There is no mechanical driveshaft connecting front and rear axles. Instead, the rear electric motor provides torque to the rear wheels independently, which Toyota calls E4. This setup improves traction on wet roads and light off-road terrain without the weight and mechanical complexity of a traditional all-wheel drive transfer case. Total system output is 219 horsepower, which is more than adequate for daily driving and light hauling. The 2025 RAV4 Hybrid starts around $35,000 and climbs to roughly $45,000 for the fully loaded limited trim. On the used market, the 5th generation RAV4 Hybrid, which launched for 2019, is where the real value sits. These vehicles share the same TNGA-K platform and hybrid system used in current production, so finding replacement parts and qualified technicians is easy. The high-voltage nickel-metal hydride battery on these models sits beneath the rear cargo floor, and unlike some competitors, Toyota designed it to be replaceable as a unit if a cell failure does occur. Toyota's replacement hybrid battery through authorized dealers typically runs between $2,000 and $4,000 depending on the region, which is manageable compared to what other brands charge. One thing to check on, used RAV4 hybrids from 2019 through 2021 is the rear camera wiring harness. A small number of these vehicles developed intermittent backup camera failures related to a wiring harness that rubs against the liftgate hinge over time. Toyota issued a technical service bulletin addressing this issue. It is not a safety-critical failure, but it is worth confirming whether the repair was completed before buying. Number 3. The Toyota Prius Prime. Avoid this one. Here's exactly why. The original Prius is one of the most reliable hybrids ever built. That reputation, however, does not automatically transfer to the Prius Prime, and this is where buyers get burned. The Prius Prime is a plug-in hybrid, meaning it carries a larger lithium-ion battery pack than the standard Prius and can run on electricity alone for a limited range. On the current 5th generation model, Toyota rates that all-electric range at approximately 44 miles. On paper, that sounds impressive. In practice, it creates a set of problems that standard Prius owners never have to deal with. The first issue is the lithium-ion battery pack itself. Unlike the nickel-metal hydride batteries Toyota uses in the Camry Hybrid and standard Prius, the lithium-ion pack in the Prius Prime is more sensitive to temperature extremes. In cold climates, anything consistently below 20 degrees Fahrenheit, owners report measurable reductions in electric-only range, sometimes dropping the real-world electric vehicle range to 25 miles or fewer during a cold Minnesota or Wisconsin winter. The battery management system works to mitigate this, but it cannot fully compensate for chemistry that simply performs differently in the cold. The second issue is charging infrastructure dependency. If you do not have a Level 2 home charger, a 240-volt outlet, and appropriate EV charging equipment installed at your home, the Prius Prime operates essentially as a less efficient version of the standard Prius. Charging from a standard 120-volt household outlet takes approximately 5.5 hours to fully charge the 18.1 kilowatt-hour battery pack on the 2025 model. That is an overnight charge for basic daily errands. If you cannot reliably charge at home, you are paying a premium for a heavier car with a bigger battery you are rarely using. The third issue is resale value. Used Prius Prime models, particularly from the fourth generation lineup that ran from 2017 through 2022, have seen steeper depreciation than the standard Prius or the RAV4 hybrid. Part of this is the battery concern, and used buyers are rightfully cautious about purchasing a plug-in hybrid with an aging lithium-ion pack. A degraded lithium-ion battery in a Prius Prime does not trigger a warning light early. It simply quietly reduces your electric-only range year by year until the difference becomes obvious. By the time many used buyers discover the battery has degraded to 70 or 75% of its original capacity, they are well outside any warranty coverage. The fourth-generation Prius Prime specifically had reported issues with the rear independent suspension design. Some owners experienced accelerated rear tire wear on the inner shoulder of the tire, pointing to rear toe alignment drift over time. This is not catastrophic, but it adds tire replacement costs that buyers of the standard Prius or Camry hybrid rarely encounter. The Prius Prime is not a terrible car, but it is the most conditional Toyota hybrid on this list. If you have reliable home charging, live in a mild climate, and primarily do short daily commutes under 40 miles, it makes sense. For everyone else, the standard Prius or the RAV4 hybrid is the smarter purchase. Number 4. The Toyota Highlander Hybrid. Best three-row hybrid SUV you can buy. Finding a reliable three-row hybrid SUV is harder than it should be. Most of the competition in this space carries known reliability baggage. The Highlander Hybrid is the exception. The current fourth-generation Highlander Hybrid uses a 2.5-liter four-cylinder Atkinson cycle engine paired with 3 electric motor generators, one on the front axle and one dedicated to the rear axle, producing a combined system output of 243 horsepower. Fuel economy sits at approximately 36 miles per gallon in the city and 35 on the highway, which is remarkable for a vehicle that weighs over 4,600 pounds and seats up to 8 passengers. The Highlander Hybrid shares its hybrid system architecture with the RAV4 hybrid, scaled up for the larger platform. That commonality matters because it means the system is battle-tested across hundreds of thousands of vehicles in the real world. The high-voltage nickel-metal hydride battery pack sits beneath the second-row floor, and Toyota designed the vehicle so the third-row seating, cargo space, and towing capacity rated at 3,500 pounds are not compromised by the hybrid components. On the used market, third-generation Highlander hybrids from 2014 through 2019 are worth serious consideration. These vehicles use the older but proven 3.5-liter V6 hybrid system that Toyota originally developed for the Lexus RX 450h. That V6 hybrid combination produces 306 horsepower and delivers around 28 miles per gallon combined. It is less efficient than the current four-cylinder system, but it is exceptionally proven over time. Highlander hybrids from this generation with 150,000 miles and a clean service history are not uncommon finds, and the hybrid system on these vehicles is genuinely robust. Number 5. The Toyota Venza. Underrated, overlooked, and worth your attention. The Venza disappeared from Toyota's lineup after 2015 and came back for 2021 as a hybrid-only crossover. Toyota made a deliberate decision. No non-hybrid Venza exists. Every single one sold in North America runs on hybrid power. The Venza uses the same 2.5-liter four-cylinder hybrid system found in the RAV4 hybrid, producing 219 horsepower combined and returning approximately 40 miles per gallon in the city. The standard equipment on even the base XLE trim is generous. It includes a 12.3-inch touchscreen infotainment display, heated front seats, a power liftgate, and Toyota's Stargaze fixed panoramic roof glass that can switch between transparent and frosted at the press of a button. Because the Venza shares its hybrid powertrain with the RAV4 hybrid, reliability concerns are minimal. The 2021 through 2024 used market for Venzas represents solid value, particularly because many buyers overlook this model in favor of the RAV4 hybrid's more recognized nameplate. Used Venzas from 2021 can frequently be found for several $1,000s less than comparable used RAV4 hybrids with similar mileage, despite offering an essentially identical powertrain. The only meaningful trade-off is cargo space. The Venza prioritizes interior comfort and a lower roofline, which results in 28.8 cubic feet of cargo space behind the rear seats, noticeably less than the RAV4 hybrid's 37.6 cubic feet. For buyers who prioritize refinement over maximum cargo volume, the Venza is genuinely worth considering. Number 6. The Toyota Sienna, the only minivan that makes hybrid sense. The 2021 redesign turned the Toyota Sienna into a hybrid-only vehicle, and that decision immediately separated it from every other minivan on the American market. Honda Odyssey, Chrysler Pacifica, neither one offers the Sienna's combination of hybrid efficiency and minivan practicality. The Sienna runs a 2.5-liter four-cylinder Atkinson cycle engine with two electric motor generators producing 245 combined horsepower. Fuel economy reaches approximately 36 miles per gallon in the city and 36 miles per gallon on the highway, which is almost unbelievable for a vehicle the size and weight of a family minivan. Optional all-wheel drive on upper trims uses the same rear electric motor design found in the RAV4 hybrid. For large families doing high mileage, school runs, sports practices, road trips, the Sienna's fuel savings over a conventional minivan can exceed $1,500 per year at average fuel prices. Multiply that over 5 years of ownership and the math becomes compelling very quickly. The 2021 and newer Sienna hybrids have reported one area to watch. A small number of owners in the 2021 model year reported issues with the automatic sliding door mechanism requiring recalibration. This is a minor concern, and Toyota addressed it through dealer service, but it is worth confirming on any used 2021 Sienna before purchase. The bottom line: Toyota hybrids are not a gamble. They are some of the most reliable powertrains on the road. But within that lineup, the differences matter. The Camry hybrid and RAV4 hybrid are the safest bets in the segment, new or used, because the technology is mature, parts availability is excellent, and real-world reliability data backs them up over hundreds of thousands of miles. The Highlander hybrid earns its place for three-row buyers. The Venza is the underrated pick for buyers who want RAV4 hybrid reliability in a more refined package. The Sienna makes hybrid logic unavoidable for large families. The Prius Prime is the one you need to approach carefully, not because Toyota built something fundamentally broken, but because the ownership experience is genuinely dependent on factors outside the vehicle itself. Your home charging situation, your climate, your daily driving distance. If those factors do not align, you will be paying more for a car that delivers less than a simpler Prius would. Know what you need before you step onto that lot, because the best Toyota hybrid for you is the one that fits your actual life, not the one that looks best on a window sticker. If you are enjoying this video, consider watching the next one where I break down exactly which Toyota models are worth buying used before 100,000 miles and which ones to avoid completely.